All right, everyone, welcome back. We are back with Top 8. We have found a game that looks great just for you and for us. We are a bit selfish. So we want to see good games. You want to see good games. Luckily, we only have good games. We discussed this with Roberto before this round ended, that almost all top 16 games were super close, like 1 point, 2 point, really close games.
Yeah, like several 2018,
2018, yeah.
18, 17, like the one we saw.
So nail biters, like to the last shot, last bit, it was something
And
interesting.
also worth pointing that from the top 8, I believe there are 6 factions represented. The only one that didn't make it was the Republic.
Yes, even though it was the second most represented in top 16. None of the 3 Republic won their games. So
And 3 players that also
we lied to you, yes, Liam.
tend to win, like Oscar.
Yeah, we lied to you, Liam. We do that on various occasions. So I know, but I've got Roberto with me. You have to forgive me because Roberto is here with me. No, I mean, he just left, so I don't have that argument right now, but he'll be back. So yeah, what we have for you now is a first order against rebels. So we've got Jagal, who you were able to see last time, so yesterday, with his rebels list. Horn in the E-Wing, Wedge Antilles, SS, Arvel and Sabine, all built in a way that you see very often. I didn't lie again. I made it so I look a bit brighter in the light of day. Okay, anyway, I lied. But we'll see. He'll be back in a moment. And on the first order side, we've got a player that we've not seen yet, Istvan. And he's bringing Kylo. And that is a build your own Kylo with Scramblers, Malice, and Brilliant Evasion. We've got Breach with Proton Torpedoes and Brown Tradition. We've got Terex with Contraband and Tactical Officer. DT 798 with Elusive. And Midnight, that's a MacPulse Midnight with FCS, Elusive, and Squad Leader. So a coordinating Midnight who also does some other stuff. So Roberto is luckily back. So Liam, right now, I'm not lying, he is here.
Yeah, I am. This is not Molfar making a voice. This is actually me. So
Yeah, or is it?
maybe, we'll see. So I'm a bit surprised with the formation from Jagal. He has most of his ships in the very center of the board, but facing like a bit constrained by the lines drawn by the by the obstacles.
By the obstacles, yes.
So I'm wondering how easy will he be, for example, to turn left if needed. Not sure if he will be able to do that.
Yeah, because while Assege is, we are never sure, because while Assege is in a spot that you like it to be, and middle and a lane is fine, because you can just go straight, take your focus tokens, then if you need to be a blocker, you become a blocker, you're fine. But for that A-Wing and what appears to be Corrin, that is a bit different.
Just to make sure, but the one at the bottom, that's Sabine, right?
That's Sabine.
Okay.
Jagal usually uses Sabine. Oh, I don't have markers for those. But these are different A-Wings.
Yeah,
so actually,
red A-Wing is red.
Red A-Wing is red, so that's good. So that's good.
Jagal is taking some locks out, just in case later for the jam, I guess.
Yeah, because you've got jams on those on this Sea Shadow. Yeah. So curious to see who would you put your money on in this game?
So, from the outside, if I was comparing both lists, I believe the one that I would be myself a bit more scared of would be the foe. But we both know that Jagal is also a really good player, competent player, so that also weighs in.
Yeah.
But then once again, positioning wise, I think I like more the way that the FO player has deployed his ships. When we will see also how much Kylo is fainting, or he will be happy to just go toe to toe against Sabine. In my opinion, if you are Kylo, you should be happy to try to shoot and damage Sabine and then get back in the fray, come from behind.
Yeah.
Or he will just fly by and pass Sabine and just go against the Sedge, maybe. Yeah, this being chance, I guess the pace of the game will be different, of course, than the last one that we saw, where the players will take a bit more time to come in. But not sure if he will send Terex or one of the FO fighters fast to have some presence in the center. In that aspect, Jagal has the upper hand of having all of his ships around it.
And Asaj is always going to be taking the middle for next 3 rounds, so you don't have to worry unless you lose that ship. Let me check that.
Sure. Oh, so seems that Terex has kept the contraband, right? So
Yeah.
that's also worth noting. So
yeah,
Terex
yeah.
will keep it for himself. He's not so happy giving away things.
Yeah. Any contraband. So he's got.
I guess it also makes sense because he's the one that most likely will be stressed.
Stopping and using those actions.
So that allows him to stop again and still
and he
coordinate.
doesn't have crowd tradition, which would usually allow him to focus after that action, after moving and stopping or something. Yeah.
Most of the FO ships are flying straight fast, giving themselves some space to later turn in and try to dodge.
Liam, you would be happy to see who's here. I'll even pop the camera.
You put the camera for me,
Yeah.
but then I did not shave. Hi.
Yeah, that's him. So,
I'm waiting for a reaction.
yeah, so anyway, Kylo going slow. Quite slow.
I guess he wanted to make sure where the others are going first before committing.
Because he actually had a chance to apply some pressure against Sabine because there are no focus tokens around there. So that was an opportunity, but yeah.
And are rolling more towards the edge of the board.
Yeah, you wanna
Give yourself space.
Yeah, that's Master's boy.
But yeah, so curious to see where Wedge is going. If Wedge will follow suit, just going straight, or he will try to roll into any position.
Yeah, just one straight bar roll right, or try to boost yourself into a position. Well, I can tell you where he is right now. He's not here.
Can we shave it on stream?
I'll ask him when he comes
Yeah,
back.
you will have to convince him, I guess.
So yeah. Yeah, surely we can.
After we win,
After we win.
it can be a victory release.
Maybe if we hit a sub goal, I could work with that.
Yeah.
I can arrange something. So if we hit 10 more subs,
So Coran Horn is rolling left. So it seems like he will try to engage.
yeah, he will try to flank those. He will generally try to make Istvan choose. Because
Yeah,
right
go
now, if
center
you,
or go-
If you move, if he would move to the center, then you.
And also it makes space for
Wedge.
Wedge
Yeah.
to roll left.
Yep, exactly. And they have to choose if they want to engage them, like do a too hard or stay a bit more outside. So a bank maneuver there. That's gonna be an interesting case there.
But this also makes... I'm not sure that you would roll with Wedge. I think you would stay there and then bank. to get
Yeah.
better angle.
Yeah. And Terex taking middle, which is the most likely ship to take middle, unless Kylo does it.
I don't like this roll.
I feel like Kylo would be the best one to take middle, really.
Yeah.
Because there's none unless Wedge stays there, and he's still threatening both angles, which is good.
No, but Wedge roll left. So now, I'm not sure that, like with Wedge now you have to commit and go straight through, pass through the rock. I think you cannot fit a one bank here.
Maybe so. So this way you're
And
committing yourself there.
I don't like this roll.
Yeah. I feel like you could have
Just
you
one
could have
bank
fitted
next
one
round.
bank next round.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
good,
better angle.
because like you said, better angle, and then your opponent doesn't know where you're going, so he can't full commit both. And if he commits Terex could die. If he commits Kylo might not die, but being shot against Wedge is not the best. Especially that we've seen Kylos go down from plasma torpedoes, and yeah.
Yeah, because now basically all of the FOs that turn in, those that decide to turn in, Wedge will not be able to do anything to them.
Yeah.
Like Wedge will be having, if Terex goes fast, then Wedge should have a shot at Terex quite easily.
Yeah.
But the other ones that are on the top, those being like Breach, DT, I think he will not be able to shoot them.
Yeah. Especially if you want to do some bumping with Arvel, because that's also a thing. You've got Arvel there. He can.
And also, I'm not sure that Arbol can go that fast right now.
He would have to commit to a specific maneuver from someone. He can probably
saying
bump
like,
Terex, but he has to go first.
Yeah.
So that's also an initiative thing. He can. I feel like he could bump a Breach and the TIFOs, because he 3 banks and boost left, but then you're outside of the fight for next round. So that's not sexy.
But I believe still the next round we should see some slow roll. You have to be aware of those torpedoes.
Yes.
On Breach.
Yeah, and Arvel can't go super fast if he wants to keep Asaj's focuses for defense and offense.
I wonder if we will see a fast maneuver with Asaj, like a slam.
Like a 3 straight, or
Because
two forward and 2 hard.
Because I guess what you would like to try to have with Asaj is to be at a point in which you can turn upwards.
Yes. And
I guess
maybe
with Sabine.
fly around. So you would end up in a couple of rounds. You could end up where Terex is right now.
Sabine, I guess, should look for a slow maneuver as well.
Yes.
Because Kylo at the end, he doesn't have torpedoes.
Yeah. And if he's at range 1, she's with an evade. She's fine.
Yeah, and you're happy that Kylo shoots first.
Yeah.
You dodge it and then you apply pressure on him. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I guess if I was Jagal on this one, I would try to advance slowly with everybody except with Asaj.
Yeah.
And use the opportunity to maybe even roll to the left later on with Koran to even take more flanking position. So Koran normally, I guess, would bank towards the left and maybe barrel roll to the left. And then if I was Istvan here, I guess I would want to go fast with several of the pieces, try to take some shots while the opponents are not aiming at the correct position. Because again, like with Breach has a really good opportunity to maybe throw some torpedo at Arvel.
Yes.
I think, in my opinion, I would try to take her out from this equation first.
This is a ship that you can kill, not on initiative, because obviously that's not going to happen, but you can kill it in 1 round with some good shots. Having like Arvel, Wedge, and Oren, you can easily kill that ship. It's going to fire, and then you score your 4 points. And if it's firing at a 3-point Arvel, and he survives, that is a win. If he doesn't, well then obviously that's an exchange that you have to go with.
So, yeah, I don't know if...
Especially that there's one super tricky thing here. We've got Midnight with Squad Leader, so you can always fly with Breach, take a focus, and then barrel target lock from Midnight. That might help.
Yeah, or just with Terex coordinate the focus.
Sure. Yeah, but what I mean is that you get coordinated on initiative 6, so
Yeah.
even if you're bumped, you can avoid that bump and you can take the target lock. You can leave.
Will be important. Alright, so Breach taking the focus in the system phase, the boost, sorry, in the system phase, forward. Initiative 3 goes first, so Arvel is going fast. A bit
So
too fast.
Jagal is
no?
first.
I guess Arvel will take an evade.
Oh,
here.
our transmission went down. Yeah, we are back.
Alright, seems like the hamster bited the cord or something.
Stopped.
This one, no?
This one has a
Okay.
bit of a delay.
Sure, so Arvel has gone forward quite fast.
But he didn't do anything with it. As such, turning in.
That's interesting, because most likely you will be blocked. No?
Curious.
Right. Sabine
See
also
what
going
he-
fast. Not sure if Sabine is trying to block Kylo to keep him far away.
Yeah, that's not the worst. I feel like it's
Taking an evade.
I would have gone a bit slower, that I could have a way of getting into the middle. Because
Yeah, because now you have to go
you have
past.
to flank. You have to go past
But
that
I'm
round.
surprised it didn't. What action did Arvel take?
Did he
A
target
lock?
lock?
Oh, weird.
Or did
Terex going
he
straight.
did a barrel roll because he's still
No,
in
no,
that
no.
lane.
I hidden boost. So Terex going straight. Perhaps Terex will go fast and leave the others pass behind it. Going for a coordinate here.
Yeah, you have to coordinate that focus.
Then DT doing a bank. So it seems like so far he's not committing towards the center. He's maybe he's trying to dodge Arvel
Yeah.
and just trying to go against Cornhorn.
Yeah, Terex should be scoring that middle objective, so you're not
Yes.
giving away 2 points.
And then most likely the next round Kylo could come in.
Yeah.
Now there is nobody else on the bottom of the board for Kylo, and you really don't want to pursue Sabine or anything like this. Doesn't make sense.
You don't do that.
Alright. Corn does a slow bank. I guess at this point you're just focusing or evading.
Yeah. You have a sash, so you can easily evade. He took a lock on to breach and that FO, so that is DT.
Ooh, and Kylo maybe flies past. Let's see.
Wow.
That's a good one. Because
Yeah.
now he has clean road to go,
Yeah.
bother
For a
Sesh.
yeah. And that's what you want to do against those rebel lists.
But I wonder anyway, maybe Sabine should be able to do a one heart to the left?
Yeah, and barrel boost, which is fine.
Again, nobody takes a lock, looks like. Just in range 3.
I guess you will get stressed, but otherwise you will have that lock out there. Ooh.
Making sure.
Yeah, nice. So that will be some heat into a Sedge.
I guess you just boost, right?
Yeah, you boost it. You have a great way of entering the fight next round.
And I don't see, but
because Wedge has no.
hidden boost. Not sure why.
Maybe he's scared of Wedge doing a 3 hard, but then he's still shooting. He's still shooting him, so it doesn't matter.
So he moved before breach.
Yeah.
So going back.
He is moving first though, and Breach could still get coordinated.
So breach is going to do a
6.
slow move as well. So most likely target lock on Koran, right?
Yeah. Just get those torps out.
So yeah, so overall I think that this round the moves have gone really well for Istvan.
Yes.
Not only let's say the Kylo Ren move, but also the fact that Arvel right now is really out of position.
And Jagal is not gonna be shooting the same target with most of. I mean, he can shoot Terex with 3 of the ships, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, and it's gonna be 4 ships shooting at Cornhorn.
Yes.
Trying to take a target lock.
And you target
with
lock
midnight.
obviously. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll see. I think we might see Koran Horn going down on this round. Even.
He could. He's taking a torpedo. Obviously, he has those focus tokens from his edge, but then you have to think about this while playing wedge, because you can't afford to spend too many on offense.
Putting the target locks.
Focuses, everything is in place. Okay, yeah.
And then the first one to shoot should be wedge, right?
Yeah.
That has, I believe, has the lock on. Yeah,
Shooting
the
at Terex.
locks on Terex.
So plasmas, 3v1. You could see up to 4 damage being taken here.
Spending the focus from the Sesh for 3. So 2 shields go down and takes one more hit. So 2 shields and 1 hit. Not a bad start. So the next one should be now midnight.
Yep.
Good morning to everyone. Indar is speaking.
Hello, Indar. So
Seems
anyway,
like MacPulse is gonna be the shot.
nothing there.
Just target lock.
So
Why?
FCS? FCS.
Why not target?
Because that's midnight. You don't want to spend that lock. You want to keep it.
But that's just for defense, right?
Well, but you're gonna keep it for next round. You'll still have the lock. You'll have the focus.
Seems weird. Like if you wanna kill Koran Horn, there will be no next round, right? I know. That's my thought process at least.
And especially that if you hit those mic pulses,
You clean the
protect
evade.
Turks.
You clean the evade also.
You protect Turks, yeah. Although he had a decent chance of defending that mic pull. Oh no, yes, he had because
I mean, but maybe you strip all of the focuses out of the Sesh, you strip the evade. So yeah, we'll see. So Koran Horn
Okay.
is the next one.
let's see who he shoots. I'll
Make-
go check on the.
Somebody's calling the judge, so Molfar had to sprint. Alright, so Jagal is debating who to shoot. Currently, he was asking his opponent about the loadout on breach, because he has locks on several. Yeah, so he's shooting at breach. Re-rolling 1. Thinking what to do, if to spend the focus or not from a sesh. It's really, really hard choice because he knows plenty of ships are coming. Spending the target lock instead. Seems to hit, but still thinking. Alright, so it took 1 damage, I believe, on breach.
So Koran was shooting breach.
Yes, he spent the lock. He was debating, he had a couple of focus results. He was debating if to spend the second focus from a Sesh, but I believe he knows what's coming, so now
Yeah, I was
here,
sprinting.
here comes the torpedo.
Yeah.
Spending the target lock.
All 4.
Changing the crit. We'll see. So this is the first heavy one. Takes the evade, spends the focus as well, and
Takes
takes 1. Not bad.
That's really good for
Not
Koran.
bad, yeah.
That was the biggest gun.
Yeah, and that's 2 shots already. And after 2 shots, only 1 shield.
damage. Yeah.
So the next one is gonna be DT. So DT that can take a strain, I believe it is. He takes a strain to add next guy, right? So 2. There goes no mods this time around.
Rerolling the cock to die.
Seems like 2 hits go through. No defense here.
Yes, all shields down.
Alright, and there will be only 1 more shot from
Terex.
Terex.
Yeah. So he obviously might go down, but it's unlikely. Now,
The Sesh is gonna shot at Terex as well,
yeah.
trying to
One
follow.
damage.
So that's down to 4 hull.
Yeah, 3 hull. Well, it will get
Alright.
updated in a moment.
Okay. So yeah, so actually good work on Terex.
Good work on Terex, but you have lost 3 shields, at least 3 shields, on Koren, who has 5 points.
Okay, so now Koran, you have bullseyes.
Yeah, do you shoot it?
Do you shoot it and next round just try to fly out?
If you have a target lock there, I think you...
He has, but I believe that's DT, right?
Yeah, it's trained. You don't have any focus tokens. You have a Predator and FCS.
Yeah. So I think I would take it. And next round
Yeah,
is
he does. He does do it.
FCS
Rolling
and Predator gets the 3, I believe. So re-rolling because of elusive, and takes a shield, a hit, and a crit. And the
Weapons
crit
failure.
is weapons failure. So actually that paid off really well.
That was really good shot. And he's down to 1.
Yep.
So right now it changes the perspective because
Yep.
before that you had Terex taking some heat, but also Koren taking some. But right now, if DT is on 1 and Terex is on 3, you have a chance of getting 2 of them. And did a Sash take anything? Because we didn't see that shot. Oh, he was still cloaked.
Okay. I didn't notice that. Okay. Yeah, we have to update the half points.
Yeah, because you've taken 1 on DT, 1 on
Terex,
Terex, and
and then
1
the-
for the middle.
And the Koran.
And then Koren goes out too. Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
like-
so now the thing is, most likely with the disarm token, with Koran, you're trying to get out of the
Yeah.
fray.
At least bump something, preferably midnight.
So now you're in a bit of a pickle situation also with Terex.
Mm-hmm.
Because I believe, I don't know what he will do, but I believe that with Breach, what you want to do is a 3 sloop.
Yeah.
So you want to coordinate him at target lock.
Yes.
Because I don't think he will be able to
Yeah,
move
no.
through.
Yeah. No way.
So yeah, but then again, what I was saying before, like now there is a bit of a hard situation also with
Yes.
Jagal
Yes.
and the move of
Yes. That's
Sesh.
it. Because if you go first, you're fine. Because you can fly 3 bank into a slam, or 2 bank into a slam, and you're fine. But what it means for you is that if Terex goes first and just 1 banks, you're cooked. You don't have.
No,
you
so
can block wedge.
I would think, I don't know exactly where the arc is pointed left and right, I think.
Yes.
So-
Yes, it is.
Maybe with the Sesh, what you can do is just do a 3 bank left.
You could, yes. But then, well, okay, no, that's not a bad move because Arvo is.
Arvel
safe.
is 1 hard
Yeah,
to the left.
and he can either barrel or boost depending on whether he moves first or not. And then the only guys that need those focus tokens are Koren and Wedge, really, because Arvel is not going to be in many arcs, most likely.
And then we're saying we're expecting the Breach to do a sloop.
Yeah.
Kylo is really far away, so that 3 bank also allows you to stay
Shoot
away
into
from
breach.
her.
Stay away from Kylo, as far away as you can.
I think that's the position, and I think it fits.
Yeah, but the problem is when
3
it doesn't.
bank.
You could too hard.
It's just that too hard
Gets
No,
you
no.
out of the game for like you have to
for
go
a while.
back.
The 3 bank could allow you to then too hard next one.
Too hard and too hard even if you need.
And anyway, it's not like you want to get out. I think with SS, you're looking to do that last damage at TT.
Yeah.
So doing any maneuver that allows you to have a wide arc.
Yes, it helps. Obviously, the most tempting one is the 3 bank to the right or 2 bang and 2 hard, so you
No,
can
3
block.
bang to the left.
Well, I mean,
So,
I would be tempted to go, but you can get blocked by Terex easily, and then you're fucking yourself out.
To the left?
To the right. If you go to the right, so if you go 2 bang to the right, you fit there, you can 2 hard slam to the left, and you can block pretty much everyone.
I don't know. I
But
think I
you're
wouldn't want
basing
to.
that on a 50-50, and I
think
don't
I
wouldn't
wouldn't.
like it.
I wouldn't want to slam this round. This round,
Yeah.
I think you want the sesh to support fire, either to take down Terex or to take down DT.
Yeah.
And also, I imagine that Wedge should be doing a 3 hard to the left.
Yes. Yes. I
So you
think
need to leave that space for him.
3 or 2, yes. But I think 3 hard would be the preferred choice for me as well. And like I said, staying away from Kylo, who already has a lock. So
Yeah, Kylo's doing a 3 bang.
yeah,
Like that's
Easy.
3 bang, focus, boost.
and he's fine.
And then with Sabine, I guess it's like a 1 hard to the left and
Barrel
boost.
boost, yeah. Arvel is doing the same, so 1 hard, and
And then,
depending on whether you're first or not, either barrel or just focus boost.
but you have to wonder if instead of shooting the first shot with Corn Horn, he shot breach. If instead of that he would have
Shot
focused fire the same DT, yeah.
Yeah, because Breach was not getting any more shots.
I guess he was trying to take away the focus token from breach,
Yeah.
perhaps, but it's a classical thing that you will not do that. You will keep it for your torpedo.
The only one that you could have taken the focus off was DT, because he was actually threatened by the shot. So if you shoot 3, get 3 results, DT is forced to spend that focus unless it's like 2 evades and a focus, then he might take that 1 shield. But if he did, he would be dead.
Yeah. So I think the only thing that you could say that perhaps could have been done differently. Alright, so initiative moves to Istvan.
Istvan, yes. So yeah, now exactly it happened what we talked about.
There are no systems, right?
There are no.
Well,
There's
the
Mando
boost-
optics.
the boost
Mando
also
optics and the
from-
boost. Because there are no bombs, but there's Mando optics. In
It seems like there will be.
So coordinating midnight to get a lock, and that was a stop.
With contraband,
With
cybernetics.
contraband, nice. Yeah.
Okay, so we will see
Arvel
now
will
our
focus boosts into Terex to get him
Yep.
off the board, pretty much.
because he's down to 3, so even just Arvel himself.
Yeah, he can do this. I would
have
even-
moved, actually.
I would have considered a target lock instead of a focus. But you know where Asej is going, so this also varies.
But anyway, I'm surprised about that stop. I don't
Yeah.
think it
Yeah, it makes,
benefited.
Yeah, because Arvel had a easy way of getting to you.
Yeah, so target lock. Also surprised that this is a target lock, not just barrel boost.
Sabine just boosts.
Oh.
Okay. That's
I thought that she might want to just ignore Kylo and go join the fray faster. But
yeah.
alright, let's see. So it seems it's a so a hard maneuver.
Yeah,
finally,
so like,
you were saying too hard.
Alright. Now the question is whether you now slam, and I don't think you do. You want that 1 damage on someone, try to push through, because you can slam next round
Yeah.
just as easy.
And you are not threatened. Like I'm sure
Yeah.
you are not gonna be the focus with the sesh.
Yeah, unless breach goes forwards.
But
and
still, you take a torpedo in the face. It's
Yeah.
fine. No, you have 3 shields.
It's not fine, but yeah,
I'd rather take it on
yeah,
SS right
of
now
course.
than on
Than
Wedge
Corn.
or
On
Corn.
Yeah.
We'll
Especially
see.
that SS will be flying off the fight, so.
And I think it was
catch up.
telegraph that coordinate from Terex to
Yeah.
give the target log telegraphs what's happening.
Yeah, on Corn.
So DT going fast. Not sure if trying also to block
Or to go onto SS. Because
but
then
he
you
took
could-
an event. Like you don't want to die.
Yeah.
I don't think he will be triggering his ability either.
Yeah. True. No, well,
He goes before.
he goes before Sej, you won't be doing that. So he goes.
Breach is doing
he
a
said.
swoop.
Yeah,
He has a target lock.
exactly. So
I
you're-
would be funny if by any chance there is a bump on the TIE fighter, would it be on the arc of Breach?
if there is a bump on the TIE fighter, would it be?
I think so. But,
Yeah, it could be.
but it could have been a bit of a mistake.
Yeah.
Alright, so Kylo goes quite slow. I was expecting a 3. Looks like
Yeah.
he did a 2.
He's still going to have.
Just hit target locked.
Jagal looked before, right? Last round.
And-
No, he focused.
Okay. So he was just moving. What I saw is that he moved the target lock that was left behind.
Yeah, but he just focuses.
Right,
and
let's see
stays there.
Corran where he goes. Looks like a 3 sloop, I believe, or yes. So he has a 3 sloop, but I don't think this will take Corran.
bank. Not a 3 slope. It's a
Yeah,
bank.
sorry.
3 slope would have.
Yeah.
But it's
No, I was
gonna-
meaning my.
Is that away from a Saj?
Yes. I think he's just trying to get out of the
Yeah.
torpedo if he can. He landed in front of Terex.
Takes an evade. That he might be dead. This round.
Because I think even a boost wouldn't take him out of Breach.
And he has a disarm, so yeah.
Let's see midnight. I don't know. I think a boost would have taken it out, no?
Is that a sloop? It is. He anticipates the move.
And he kept the target.
And he kept the target lock. Does he have pro tradition? No, but he probably got coordinated. No,
No, the coordinate was on
coordinated
Terex.
on
Yeah, on
from
Breach,
Terex on Breach. Yeah. Still, that's really good.
And Wedge is doing a slow maneuver, actually. So he's focusing on Terex.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised. I would have done a bit. Well, if I would have done my 3 hard, I guess it would have been shooting midnight or something else.
Or maybe DT if you catch him, but I'm not sure.
I guess he wanted to stay in range of SS still.
Yeah.
Takes the. But he took a focus.
So you can kill Terex before it hits Corran, but it still means you're taking a fully modded proton torpedo and a range 1 midnight shot.
Alright, so midnight goes first. He's gonna shoot a Mach Pulse.
Two.
Alright, so a crit goes through because of the Mach Pulse. I'm a bit surprised that he shot a Mach Pulse there. So I think
Yeah, they're debating how midnight works.
lose stabilizer, so we know where Corran is going if he's alive.
And he loses the evade,
Yep.
which is nice.
But I'm surprised he chose Mach Pulse. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not because you're
It's range 1.
you're still thinking you're getting only 1 damage throw usually with just the target lock. If you want to keep that target lock. So with just FTS, 1 damage is usually what you get. So getting the evade off means you're still
Wedge trying to finish Terex. So Terex is out.
Yeah. He has no green dice.
Yeah. -2 agility
Yeah.
with
Nice,
Fury.
oops, no, I agree. Terex.
Okay, so that keeps Corran's fate down to the next torpedo.
Yes. With most likely.
I believe they measured to see if there was range for a sesh, and I believe it was out.
Yeah. So that is only
So-
3 evades or
Yeah.
Poor torpedo.
Everything from hand. And breach will be double modded torpedo.
Yes.
I don't think Koran is
Don't
surviving
give you
this.
good chances. Yeah.
I think
Does this ship have a reload, by the way? I wonder.
I don't remember.
I'm not sure.
I would imagine that yes. No?
Yeah, no. Usually bombers do. Probably check quickly.
Problem being, how many times you see a reload happening ever?
Yeah, that usually. Well, I'm just wondering. It does. It has a reload into evade.
Okay. Yeah. So Jagal used the opportunity to go for his sweater, making sure he stays warm. Actually, suddenly here it became quite cold over the weekend here in Poland.
Yeah.
We were enjoying.
It's cold, like really cold.
Yeah, we were enjoying really nice weather, over 20 degrees, and suddenly.
The weather is still nice, but
Yeah.
cold. Yeah.
So making sure that the score is up to date now that Turks has been dealt with, but they may have to adjust it once more in just a moment. So he decides to give more
Kylo?
tension. Start with Kylo,
Yeah.
checking if it's range 2 or range 3.
Range 3.
And Kylo has a target lock, spending the focus or the force. For Malice, I assume, right?
Yeah, but Malice doesn't matter unless it's just
So
been
why?
taking something.
No, he didn't. So why he spend the force, not the focus?
Well, if it was 1 and he's not being shot
Because
at,
I
maybe
don't-
he wants to remember.
Maybe he thinks that the Sesh will shoot him back. Anyway, breach goes. Breaches, I believe.
Yeah, that's all 4.
And
Also, there was. Takes
so a
1.
crit goes through. I thought it was out of range.
Yeah.
Weapons failure. I mean, it's a
That's
good one.
great. No, that's
Anything that
for-
keeps
for-
you
for
alive.
Jagal, that's great.
So
Holy shit.
somehow Koran survives.
Somehow Koran Horn returned.
Yeah. And now it's also important because as the FO player, what do you do with Breach and with Midnight? Do you keep chasing Koran Horn? Do you bring Kylo to try to kill him? And in the meantime, Wedge is the happiest pilot in the whole board.
Yes, he can now turn against Breach. He'll still have an Arvel shot there. He'll still have an Asset shot, DT shot. Let's see.
Right, so this DT, I think,
He
shooting at the
doesn't-
Sesh.
Doesn't use ability.
Yeah, well, wonder why.
Just one that's going to be range 1.
Seems like defended. So Sabine, I don't think has any arc. And then from Arvel, I imagine it has to go to Midnight. Range 3. So it's good that Arvel took the focus, you see? You were saying about the target.
Yes, but he should have a deplete token. We'll see if that matters in a moment.
To whom?
Koran should have a deplete token because he was shot by Mag Balls.
Ah, yeah, we can add that. Thank you, Nana.
2 dice from Arvel. DT lives.
Wow. That's also big. Because now, if you are a Sege is isolated right now.
Yeah, Liam is saying in the chat that you don't chase a Sedge. If you don't kill him in a single round, you don't see him again.
Yeah. No, I mean, the question was not a Sesh. I think the question was, do you try to chase Koran?
Yes.
Or do you go now for Wedge?
Yes, I feel like you designate Midnight to try to do that, but it's not easy because he has good maneuvers to stop you from getting there. You can't reliably chase a Sedge, even though...
I mean, I agree that, for example, Kylo now, he shouldn't go against the Sesh. He should try to come from behind.
Was that
to...
a range 2? It was. So 1 point each.
Yeah, killing Turks there. I thought that it was gonna not be in range. So,
Yeah.
so it's even more surprising why Kylo didn't ensure that he was at range 2 with a boost before. But yeah, like now the question would be do you use Kylo to go after? I think at least I would do against Wedge from behind.
Yeah.
Because Kylo could do now, for example, a three straight and then boost to the right.
Target lock boost is fine, yeah. Do you anticipate that with Sabine and try to block him?
With Sabine, I don't know if I wouldn't do a.
I would.
I'm not sure two straight fits. Two straight and
Well,
boost
you
left.
can 2 bank left, and then you can block most of straight maneuvers. But you have to concentrate on one of those. You finish counter and then put focus fire on Wedge, and he's the damage dealer. Yeah,
I think yeah. With Sabine, I would go towards the left, just in case Asesh cannot finish DT.
Yes, and you have the one more.
And then if you finish the T, Sabine can be the one that then hard turns right to staying in the range 2 of the objective. And then as Asesh, I think that you just go too hard to the right. You just take the top corner.
Yep.
Because you're anticipating that Kylo will maybe turn right.
Because obviously, if you want to run from Kylo, you turn left. But this makes you being outside of your abilities.
You're not doing anything.
You're not doing anything, so that's not great. Going to the right, you can easily either slam or you can do hard and stay there. There's no one really chasing you because of DT. Yeah, just like Roberto said, three forward. Liam suggesting that 3 forward luck boost.
Let's see.
But I would love to see.
So Asesh goes left. I don't like this one.
Karan wants to go straight due to loose. That's also true. We know he's going straight, so Midnight could chase him down.
And he slams with Asesh.
So he moves to the
One slam.
to the left.
No.
Okay, so he's trying to survive.
Yeah, but nobody's threatening. Yeah, so
Well, Kylo was, but like you
Sabine
said.
comes to the left. I'm expecting here boost.
So now you go for Wedge already.
Focus boost. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm a bit surprised because nothing was really threatening Asesh. She's full health. She should try to kill. Yeah, but
Yeah, still. Yeah, I agree.
you tried to have that exchange with the T, like
And now you're putting a target on Wedge's back because he no longer has the two additional focus tokens.
like I would imagine that the next round Sabine will come out first to leave.
Now the problem
Space
of
for
bumping.
Yeah, you're giving a free shot on Asesh.
Now the problem of bumping Kylo with Sabine is that you get. You might lead to a range 1 shot into a sesh with a target lock and a focus.
Bit weird choices in my opinion, but
5 straight wouldn't be great.
I keep saying weird choices, but then I'm the one that didn't make top, so
Yeah, exactly.
that's how it works.
But with Sabine blocking that 3 straight, I feel like I said should have gone the other way.
Yeah.
Because then you really are not threatening at all.
Arvel coming in, I guess trying to see if Midnight crushes against her.
Yeah, so you still have that lock because you've only used.
I would imagine that Wedge is just doing later a one bank
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, so you can focus on Midnight, you can try to shoot her with Focus Predator.
Alright, so DT continues his flight
That's a
Slowly by-
That's a debate or barrel.
slowly but surely. I'm not sure that he took any action yet.
Yet he hasn't taken one yet. He's
I
thinking
think he's
about
thinking
this.
what to do. Currently, it could be. I don't think that there is arc for a possible attack on Asesh.
Yeah.
I guess you just take another evade, right?
Yeah, you can then take an evade. Sabine is less likely to do anything.
And Sabino, so he repaired the crit.
What was
The
it?
weapons failure.
The weapons failure.
Again, a bit odd choice. Like, it was not really, in my opinion at least, it was not really necessary.
Yeah, he doesn't need to shoot unless he feels like there is a shot into his sash, but still.
There is the shot from Sabine with the focuses from Asesh. So I don't know. Alright, so Breach just went safe and slow, took a one, Kylo got bumped. Let's see if the arc will allow for a shot on a
It
sesh.
does. It does. It will be.
So yeah, so you slam to avoid the shot,
you
but then you
get-
made it so that it could be
and
even
you
a
get
worse
more
shot.
shots.
And a worse one. Range
And the
one.
worst one and more. Did
Okay.
he take a focus? He did.
Yeah. So the next one is Corn Horn, which of course, surprise, surprise, goes straight.
Straight.
And you
Fixes
just
the
fix it.
stabilizer.
I mean, that's what you have to do.
Yeah.
No, not that much. Like, I think you're far from reach. I'm not sure that reach is in range anymore.
Midnight could kill you, but then again, you can't mod your dice anyway.
So you don't care. And midnight bumps also. This is
Into
important.
Arval. So if wedge goes one
Yeah.
die,
Wedge is-
puts 4 into one die.
Which is already salivating, I think.
Yeah. No.
So he goes against reach instead.
Ay, ay, ay.
That's bad. It was a really good chance of
Killing?
maybe not killing,
Well,
but
you've got 2 shots because you've got Arval as well.
true. Yeah, and wedges would be 1 agility
Yeah.
on mid.
Yeah.
Maybe he was not expecting to
Yeah.
bump. He was not trusting.
Then again, yeah, and if he wasn't bumped there,
Alright, taking a focus.
Sabine is the one next to Asaj. And
Alright.
oh yeah, okay. I didn't see the comment below. Yeah, Arval is just bumped into midnight.
That's fine. It was I would have expected wedge to focus on midnight,
Yeah.
not to turn so much into breach. Alright, so midnight goes first, trying to get out. I guess he's shooting at Corn.
Yeah. Spends the focus.
And let's see, they evades.
It's 2.
And Corn is up.
He's dead.
It was to be expected, let's be honest.
Yeah. He
Um,
was living longer.
Alright, so
Yeah,
wedge
but if you had those Arval shots and midnight shots,
sitting
it
at
would've
breach.
been- Yeah. Predator.
Predator. So 3.
1 shield, 1 crit. Stunt pilot.
Okay. So yeah, I'm not so happy with this exchange.
You could have taken more.
Alright, so Kylo shooting now at Miranda. At the sesh. Miranda, where is she?
He didn't take a lock.
Yeah, he took the focus as an action.
Due to Predator.
Again, not sure why. Alright, so 2 hits. Gets the squiggle for 1.
Oh, that was the last shield actually.
Yep. Alright, so breach next.
So Asaj not getting punished for that.
Isn't breach next? Not sure what they were measuring now. They were measuring something about DT.
You don't use your ability.
So breach didn't shoot, or did I miss something? Arvel seems to be the next one shooting at midnight. So 1 damage. 1, I think they said. Sabine trying to finish DT at range 2. This is an important one. Gets 2. No mods for DT.
Range 3.
DT is down, I think. Okay, it's a bit. I don't know why he took that action to repair the crit there. Rip Miranda, yeah. I still have nightmares. Sometimes I wake up at 3 a.m. and I'm like, "Ugh."
I didn't play in that meta because I didn't
TLT,
play,
TLT.
I didn't play X-Wing back in the day, so I didn't know Miranda, and I would love to play Miranda.
Alright, so DT out, Corn out. Small advantage for Jagal points wise,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure what about positioning wise. So I have a feeling now you have a sesh that has stress,
Yes.
I do not know the dial by
It's
heart.
shit. It's 1 bank, 1 2 forward. That's it.
Yeah, so where do you go? Because if you go forward, it's a friendly bump. So,
But she moves the same initiative as Sabine. So
true,
you
true,
move
true,
Sabine
true.
out and
So okay, so we know where she's gonna land.
yeah, 1 forward or 1 bank.
Did you add the point for point?
No, I didn't. So we are now at 11 to 8 for Jagal. And yeah, your next target right now as first order, since you've decided to
Just wedge?
Yeah, has to be, right?
Yep. I'm not sure if now. So, breach. I imagine that. Alright, so I imagine that wedge will do like a 4 koyo.
He could, yeah. Midnight is not threatening you.
Rebels have the high ground. Well, Jagal is quite tall.
He is quite tall, yeah.
But
Now, what do you do with Kylo if you're expecting? If you're expecting that Farga, you're going 5 straight.
yeah,
If you are not expecting it, but you're still going straight because
you go fast for sure because
Yes.
you are.
you
You
don't want
should.
to get blocked. by
No, you
someone.
should predict that SS is gonna be bumping on you, taking focus on a free shot at you.
Oh, what Nano is saying, I've got the recollection, that's the high 11 ground. The first person to get to 11 points when we were playing back in the Hexile days when Scott was streaming, the first person to get to 11 points
Was
usually
winning
won the game.
Huh?
So that was the high 11 ground.
So yeah, so prediction-wise, I imagine that it will be like that. That Arvel will just move a bit to try to block breach, which I guess it will be a 4 koyo, a sesh, most likely bump on Kylo and take the double focus.
Yeah.
I don't know what about Sabine.
Too hard to the middle.
Too hard to the middle, yeah. And then Istvan, he has to send someone to the center, which I guess it will be midnight.
Yeah, might be. Yeah, yeah. So yeah. So Epionic saying that high 11 ground during the conquest last weekend was 5-1. So 5 of those games ended up with a win if you got to 11 first. Istvan is first, which is more important really right now.
Alright. So
84% win rate in one
Systems
draw. Wow.
trying to check if Sabine could take a lock, but seems like it was too far away. Breach going first, doing a boost. So I imagine that this means that Breach is going to basically ignore Arbol
Yes.
and go towards the center.
And Nano is saying he might be
Slooping left.
slooping left through wedge, take a target lock. Don't have that torp, so it doesn't.
Yeah, the problem now is that I don't know if there is still a bit of time in the game.
Yeah,
I don't know if I wouldn't want to try to get in a position to reload and come back
Yes,
and throw
I
a
was going
torpedo.
to suggest that you still have about 15 to 20-ish minutes. You could see 3 rounds being played because there's not going to
Depends
be a
on
lot
the
of
speed,
bumping. Yeah, but they've been playing on a decent tempo. They're not stalling.
Because otherwise, without the torpedo, just a 2 attack,
guys,
you have
yeah.
two A-wings in front of you.
You're not.
Unless you commit to go against the sec with the bomber.
Yeah. Which. Well, you need at least half on a set.
So that is the hard turn, I think, towards the middle that you were predicting.
Yes.
Well, not a hard turn, but a bank.
No, that was hard. That was a hard maneuver.
Was
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, so if you're expecting that 3 loop from breach, you just boost, right?
You can't change bets right now. Come on.
But yeah, like Nana was saying, like you can try to reload now and then turn on
And
his
then
edge.
go on his edge. Yeah.
Because again, if his edge just goes 1 forward, bumps, takes the stress focus, you know that the next round more or less where she's going. Like
Yeah, and then. Yeah. Okay.
okay. So bit of clipping. So there is the fish loop, I think.
Big booty legs. Yeah.
So he just takes a lock, proud tradition focus. Again, I'm not sure it's
Yeah.
not so like you are facing Wedge who is full still. I'm not sure that you will have enough fire to kill him. Depends on what Kylo does as well, of course. And Kylo goes super fast,
Yeah, like
anticipating the 4K.
And then again, it was one of the only maneuvers that made sense. Because Wedge has to go somewhere past that rock or to the right.
So yeah, so the question is, where does Midnight go, first of all? And second is Breach in range of the objective?
Yeah. This.
So we will see where it ends. So trying to mark the ships to do another move. Midnight turning in. I guess Midnight should take some lock on Sabine, but we'll see what Istvan decides. Trying to take a lock. Unlocking a sesh. Alright. So committing on trying to finish a sesh with still 6 health. I'm not sure there will be enough time. Wedge does a Talon, looks like. Adjusting, so at least the Talon does help keeping the distance with Kylo. And adjusting now the ship, putting it back in the pack. Finally, finally Wedge did a 3 Talon to the right,
Yeah, I was
keeping a bit of
thinking
space.
about that, yeah. And you get behind Midnight, right?
Yeah, and Midnight took a lock on a sesh, which I was a bit surprised. I thought that he would go for a lock on Sabine just to not get damaged. Like, I doubt he will do 6 damage on sesh with Midnight, but we'll see.
It's a bit risky.
So the shot at the sesh at range 2, you cannot spend the focus.
Next one.
So one more, down to 5. I don't know. Not sure if there will be enough time for killing a sesh, but so then is Wedge. Wedge is checking if to go to Midnight or go to Breach. I guess you just go to Breach, no?
You just go to Breach. You might have Predator? No, he checked it.
They are both at 3, but Breach only rolls 2 dice, so only 1 because of Wedge.
And on being done 3, you can reliably.
And yeah, I believe that, as Nano is saying, I believe Breach doesn't have Wedge in the arc.
Yeah.
Nor Arvel. But yeah. Attacking Breach. I believe it's no mod.
Yeah.
So 2. So 2 more hits.
Down on 1. Down to 1.
Okay. So survives this round, we'll see. Well, there is still Sabine. Sabine could finish the job here.
Yeah.
I guess you shoot at him. But so that will be now Midnight. No, sorry, not Midnight. Breach.
Shooting at a Sesh?
Breach shooting at Sabine.
Not Sabine, okay. Yeah.
And defended.
Right. The other Sesh was
So the next one seems to be Kylo.
into range 3 into Wedge.
So 3 hits. But again, it has to be said that for most of the game, if you think about it, unfortunately Kylo has not been participating at all. Like, he's been kept. I think he flew him too safe,
Too safe.
too slow.
So only 2?
That was a range 3, so one hit, so one shield from Wedge. Because at this point in the game, also unfortunately, Kylo just did a bit of damage on the session. That's all on this shield.
Right now, you could be seeing.
All right, Sabine.
Next round would be
This is an
fast.
important
Oh,
shot.
this is an important shot. Yes.
Sabine at breach. Target lock. And 2 hits. So he needs both.
He needs 2 paint.
Checking if it's range 3. That's correct.
Range 3.
Because he forgot to roll. Let's see. Uses the focus, but takes the last one.
Is that?
So reach is down. That's another 4 points more for Jagal.
2 more.
Yes, sorry. Yeah. I know how to count.
So
But I
Kylo is
think-
2 away from half. Asaj is
I think
5
this
away from
pretty
half.
much seals the deal, honestly speaking.
It's hard. It's gonna be hard to pull this off.
Yeah. And then
Next. Next
Arvel
round.
also doesn't have any shots, so scoring for the middle 14-9.
Yes, because midnight is in
But yeah, like
that range there.
Like now you have Arvel in a position that you can block whatever attempt from Kylo to come in.
And
So
Sabine can block pretty much every attempt from midnight to go left.
yeah, because at this point, if you're Jagal, you don't need to kill anything else.
Yeah, you just
Like sure, you
evade on A-wings, you focus on Asaj, and you need to keep Asaj alive because that,
Yep.
if Asaj dies, that brings the game to 14-13, and then you need to keep Wedge above half.
Okay, so Asesh, do you do a 2 forward and then 2 slam? Is that band slam?
Too hard. Yeah, too hard slam or too bank. If you're blocking midnight, then you are running away.
So I guess that what you're trying to do is with Arvel, you
Yeah.
try to block the 2 hard from
Yes.
Kylo.
Yes.
With Sabine, you try to block both the 1 hard and the 2
two
hard
bank,
somehow.
So 2 bank.
Yep.
That's probably the best thing.
And then you come in with Wedge.
Yes.
And you take maybe 1 damage only on midnight, but that gives you half points.
Yeah. That's
That's at least how I see it.
yeah, exactly.
Even if Asesh ends up dying, because Asesh is also 1 down from half.
Yes.
But half points Asesh doesn't switch the game. Istvan would still only be at 11. He would still be 3 under. So yeah, with 7 minutes left, I believe Jagal has this in control. Would be hard for him to get down. So yeah, you can slam Sesh out if you also plan on keeping another ship at range 2 of the center. Yeah, like I believe that anyway it will be Sabine the one that does that. Monfar is gonna check the table just to make sure that we have all the correct hole and crits information displayed. But yeah, like it looks like it should be really hard for Istvan to turn this around. With Sabine covering the center, you don't care so much about the Sesh. I don't know if even with the Sesh you would do something cheeky like a 2 hard to the right now.
You could. But then
If you expect that midnight is gonna hard turn, that could mean you're also not out of hard.
You want a hard dodge.
Yeah. Like if you keep the distance, it's really impossible for midnight to do 5 damage on you.
No way. With no.
I honestly believe this will be the last round.
Might be the last one because they're not playing super fast, so they will probably stay.
We don't know if it will be, 278, 272, but I would think this is the last round. So we'll see. I mean, if you're Istvan, the problem is you don't have any other target that can grant you points so easily. You have the 1 extra hole to get the halves from a seg, and then with Wedge you can only get 2 points if you have him. So maximum you're looking at 4 points, but the difference is 5. So
Yeah. So you would need to kill a Sedge and half Wedge, or kill 2 A-wings. Kill 2 A-wings gives you the game.
yeah, but they're both full.
Yeah. Obviously that's not really happening.
So yeah, taking a bit of extra time, I guess, to set up these dials, which are quite important. Players are set now. Right?
Yeah.
No, only 7, sorry.
Yeah, you could, by the way, you could even go it too straight with a sedge, too hard to the right. You're not gaining distance from midnight right now. You get your
And then you
focus
take
tokens.
that man slam, right?
Yeah. Although Midnight has a lock on you, she needs damage, so she needs to push those.
Yeah, unless Midnight ends up getting 3 crits, something crazy like whenever you get a hit, you get a crit, and it's that direct, and
Otherwise,
all of that
it's,
sauce.
it's rather bad.
Yeah, we're laughing, but I've seen that happen.
Yeah, obviously. Like we talked about, we've seen a Kylo go down yesterday with 3 crits out of a plasma torpedo, with almost full Kylo Ren for 7 points.
Alright, so first one to move, Arvel.
Yeah, like we said, you stay there.
Is it blocking the too hard?
Might not be. You might need to borrow.
And at this point you do, like you don't care.
Yeah.
Or?
Although barrel will get you in front of them.
No, so he decided not to. Took just a focus. There goes
That
Sabine.
might be an.
It's a bit weird
out.
choice.
Uh,
Sabine.
That I don't understand.
Why? So he's trying to focus on attack midnight?
Or Kylo.
Sorry, yeah, kind of.
Kylo, yeah.
But that's what we're talking about. Like there is no need. Like you are on such a
Just
lead.
let it go, yeah.
And Sega is going too straight. Okay, so at this point, I wouldn't slam. I would stay behind the obstacle.
Yeah, stay behind the obstacle, get more dice. That's the best tech you can have against Midnight. More dice.
And if there would be a next round and Midnight is coming towards you, you know, you can slam that direction.
Too hard to bank and you're out.
No, or even too hard,
Even too hard, yeah. Yeah. So it's 72 minutes. We are closing in.
Yep. Thinking if to slam or just take focus. Yeah, I would just stay there. But he does, and he comes in? What? Maybe Jagal doesn't want to win. You didn't think of that option?
Yeah.
It seems like of every single possibility, this is the one I wouldn't take.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Midnight going anywhere else than
Then
turning.
1 heart or 2 hearts.
Right.
That is a
That's,
block.
is it a bump?
I think it is.
Is it? Clipped.
Yeah. So you might have a way of getting Kylo half.
Yeah,
But he needs
I don't
3
think
damage.
Wedge can turn. Right?
Yeah. Unless he wants to stay stressed and lose. That's time in the round.
Time in the round, so we'll see.
Time called.
Funnily enough, with that move from Ezege, if you were playing Kylo, would have you turned to try to kill us? It doesn't matter. Like, I'm thinking about it, but it's like there's no way to close the gap. I think in points.
Now, you have to Midnight has to put 5 damage into his edge, and Kylo has to have Wedge.
But still, that's 4 points only.
No, I mean, the Edge is full, so you have to kill a Edge.
All right. Yeah. So 4 points from there and 2 points from there. But you see, like, if Wedge is moving like this, just bump. You should have moved Sabine to bump Midnight.
Get that one. Get those 2 points, which is easy.
Anyway, so Wedge will try to finish off
because you target
Midnight to get target lock and use the focuses from. And seems like the move from Sage is to do that, to give access to those focus tokens. But
Sure.
I don't know. Midnight goes first. Fire control system does 2 damage. Takes the 2. So that will give Istvan half points on a second. We'll see. So now Wedge, seeing if he can take out.
All 3.
So shield goes down.
Didn't Midnight No, that's Pasma.
Ooh.
She's level 1. Gives up half.
Yeah, so it seems like we removed the shield at some point, but that was not true. We're lying.
Maybe he elusived it and that was...
Alright, so meantime we survive. Now Kylo is shooting at range 1 at Sabine. Spending the force, only 2 hits. Sabine is fine. And now we will see what the Sabine and Arvel can do. So range 1, Kylo will roll 1 less die.
So Sabine ability for 3.
Kylo spends the focus.
Takes 1 shield.
And then Arvel again 3.
Takes just 1 shield.
And that's a good game. So
Good game.
Jagal moves to top 4.
Yeah.
Istvan had a good run. Actually, he met 4 of the same opponents as me, but he proved to be better at playing, so
Yeah.
that's quite good. Overall, I was quite surprised to see some strange decisions from both players.
Yeah.
We have to say. But in the end, Jagal takes the game. Moves to the top 4. We will see who else is there. We got the announcement that
probably
Scam is
yeah.
also there.
Yeah, so we'll be back in